Thank you so much, Select Africa TV, for inviting me and for this opportunity, for giving me this opportunity as a woman. Sazi ukuthi it's a Women's Month. My name is Zola Angele. I'm a matured woman. I won't say my age, but I'm a matured woman, a mother, a sister, and obviously I'm a manager here at Durban and Coastal Mental Health, holding a position of Chief Operations Officer. Briefly, my background, I grew up in KZN. I was born in KZN by a single mother. I was raised by my grandmother. So I was groomed and raised by strong women. Hence, I'm a strong woman as well. My primary schooling was just from, normal black schools. And ngakula ngai high school, at the high school when I was doing my matric, I was doing science. So when I was doing my matric, I did entry in engineering because I wanted to be a chemical engineer. There I enrolled at Mangosuthu Technikon to do that chemical engineer, but I'm a dropout because I decided to get married. As women, sometimes when you grow up and you meet this guy that wants to marry you, you choose marriage over education. So I got married, which then made me drop out in terms of my ambitions. Then I started having children. I have 4 kids. And then I worked at the bank. I worked at NBS, People's Bank, Nedbank, and Standard Bank. And then I decided, because I was once a Mama Mfundisi, then I decided that because I was exposed to many people who had problems, many people who had psychological disorders. So as a person who was a leader in the church, they would come to me for advice and counseling. Then I decided to study psychology, which is what brought me here at DCMH, because here at DCMH, we deal with people with intellectual disability and psychiatric disorders. So I studied psychology, and I'm currently an honors student, growing in my career. Then I was employed here as their Chief Operations Officer. The offices that I look after is HR, Finance, Admin, what's the last one? But it's 4 offices. So being a woman in a mental health sector, it's very close to my heart. And because I'm a woman, I tend to understand better than men, because here at DCMH, the majority of employees are women. I think it's because we are nurturers by nature. A woman is a human being that nurtures, that takes care of people. So being here has exposed me to a different kind of life. Impilo yokubona ukuthi kahle kahle as isiphila singabantu, what drives us, what makes us grow, and what makes us strong, it's our mental status. So if our mental status or our mental state is healthy, then our lives will be healthier and we'll be able to deal with problems, because as we know, life is the combination of good and bad. You just have to find the balance. You cannot live a good life forever. Otherwise, you won't have a purpose of living. You have to have a little bit of good and a little bit of bad, so that you balance as a person. Then mental health is preaching that balance, that how do we balance as people, how do we balance the good and how do we balance the bad. Again, having been exposed to people with mental issues has made me admire and appreciate my life, because some of the people that we provide service for, some they did not choose to have mental problems. Some had experienced depression that was not treated. Then it tend to be a disability to them. They can no longer now function as normal people. So being here really has made me appreciate life. And my mission and my vision is to actually expose the mental health sector in a good way, because I think it has been neglected. Kanti it's our core function as human beings. Ukuthi without your mind, you are really nothing. You cannot really function. And some of the people that we have kuma facilities wethu, were at some point professionals. We have doctors in our facilities, but who couldn't cope and manage. Then ekugcineni bazithola sebe safarisha mentally and bengasakwazi ukuphila a normal life. So I think it's time for us to zoom into this mental health wellness for everyone, because this affects everyone. Sonke sinama background angafani as people, sonke sikhule ngendlela engafani, sonke sinama mental challenges esibhekana nawo empilweni. So ikhungo ezifana nalezi as njengo Durban and Coastal Mental Health zikhonela khona ukuthi siba expose abantu to ukuthi bayakwazi ukuthola usizo, lungaze usizo lu escalate inkinga escalate to the point that you can no longer function. Once wabona nje ukuthi kunento engqondweni yakho that is not right, you need to seek help, seek counseling. And especially ngoba kuyi Women's Month, as a woman, I want to appeal to men on a Women's Month that for us to be able to deal with gender-based violence, it means ukuthi amadoda kumele athi seek help makuguthi anenkinga, because inkinga iqala sekutheni when as a man you bottle everything inside, then the next person that is close to you, which is your girlfriend or your wife or your partner, is the one that's gonna tend to be a punching bag, because at some point the pain that you're going through needs to come out. So then the closest person is your woman or your partner or your children. So I will appeal, let's just, maybe even though it's a Women's Month, but let's zoom into men. And because we're focusing more on women empowerment, and we're getting empowered as women, but we're leaving our men behind. We get empowered, we get into positions, but then we're leaving amadoda agcine ngakwazi ukuthi how do they deal with us now, being we corporate, being we boardroom, being amadoda agcina now kubo ngathi siyawa disempowerisha, because now we are empowered as women. And Tina, we make a lot of noise as women, hence we survive longer. Like statistically, abantu besifazane baphila longer because we talk about issues, we make noise about issues until people listen. So it's time now, maybe amadoda ebukela kuthina ukuthi ukuze nawo impilo yabo ingabi shorter, ukuze nabo bangabi nento yokungabi right mentally, they need to learn from us, they need to talk, they need to be vocal about the issues that they face. And ukuze sikwazi ukusizana, ngoba if bengabi vocal and bengalitholi usizo, ngiya-affecteka mina as a woman, because uzobuya umuntu azongi-abuser. So dealing with gender-based violence is just to zoom into iqhamuka ngakuphi. So ngala iqhamuka ngakhona, because vele abantu besifazane bona bayithola bema victims more than perpetrators. I'm not saying this ngoba ngithi kukhona abantu besifazane ababa abuse amadoda, nabo bakhona abantu besifazane who are perpetrators of gender-based violence. But isikhathi esiningi kuba abantu besilisa, because thina abantu besifazane we're not physically strong, and so simandle kukhulumeni. Yes, we can make one feel small to the point ukuthi abe physical with me as a woman. So mhlambe kufanele sibheke ukuthi yini eyenza amadoda behave the way behave ngayo on the month of us celebrating us being women. I guess size abantu besilisa, I guess siyeke focus manje ukufocus akuthina, I guess focus kubantu besilisa la besibadingayo empilweni zethu ukuthi baba khona. I have 3 boys, and those 3 boys I'm raising them as a woman.